Good morning. I'm Peter Milios from the Finance News Network. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose on Monday as Wall Street tried to recover from a losing week. The positive reversal came as investors prepared for a slate of inflation data later in the week and braced for the start of the second quarter earnings season. US consumers' short-term inflation expectation has reached their lowest level in over 2 years in June, with median 1 year ahead inflation expectations dropping to 3.8%, while the outlook for inflation 3 years ahead and 5 years ahead remained close to 3%. The Consumer Price Index report is due Wednesday, followed by the Producer Price Index, a measure of wholesale price pressures, on Thursday. Overall, the 30 stock Dow added 0.62%. The S&P 500 rose 0.24%. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq Composite gained 0.18%. The major averages broke 3-day losing streaks. In company-related news, shares of online used car retailer Carvana soared over 16% last night after the company said it expected exponential growth within its used electric vehicle segment as consumer demand for EVs skyrocket. And Shockwave Medical grew by over 6% following an upgrade to overweight by Morgan Stanley. Investors also have a bunch of quarterly reports to consider this week. Finance behemoths BlackRock, JP Chase, Wells Fargo and Citigroup will all report and kick off the second quarter earnings season. In mining-related news, Argentina's mining exploration experienced a significant surge in investment, reaching a 10-year peak in 2022, positioning the country as a potential influential contributor to bridging the supply-demand gap for essential minerals in the energy transition. European aluminium producers are expressing concerns that a loophole in the EU's carbon border tax could allow heavily polluting exporters like China to exploit it by flooding the bloc with low-cost, emissions-intensive metal, as offcuts of aluminium can be sold as zero-carbon products, even if the initial production used fossil fuel power. And despite efforts by major oil exporters to increase energy prices, the United States is on track for a record-breaking year in petroleum production, with a 9% increase in crude output through April, suggesting a potential weakening of OPEC's influence on prices as global production continues to rise. Overall, US sectors closed mostly higher overnight. Industrials was the best performer, whilst communication services was the worst. The SPY futures are pointing to a 0.62% gain. Thank you for listening.